congratulations on this film. It's a fantastic story about the Sardinas, but it's also a huge love letter to the power of music. Is that something that you wanted to bring across?
Absolutely. You know, I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and to live in Memphis, Tennessee is to celebrate our history of Elvis Presley and B.B. King and Howlin' Wolf and Stax Records. But really what I want to celebrate is all my friends who are in bands all throughout Memphis, and they're working for Tip Jar Change, you know, and there's really cities and towns all across the world that have these local artists, local bands, and they don't have a spotlight on them. And sometimes they have to work multiple jobs. They don't have health insurance, but they're there performing to us and making our lives better. And I just kind of wanted to make a movie that celebrated that spirit. And I tell people, this isn't a movie about Neil Diamond. It's about a tribute band. It's about people that are just trying their best to rock and roll or to bring us jazz, just bring us some happiness. But we need to respect and love them more.
We're all moved by the power of music, and this film, it does that in spades.
Yeah.
So is there a particular moment you can look back on for yourself where you suddenly realise that by immersing yourself in music, it just changed you as a person?
I gotta say, it's so funny, like when I was like 12 years old in the 80s, it was just such a call to music. You had the radio where you had like Tina Turner, who was like from my parents' era. You know, you had Michael Jackson, who was also from my parents' era. But then suddenly, like you have Prince, you have all of this music, and then MTV was happening. So I look back at time when, you know, music was part of movies and soundtracks.
We were talking about the power of music.
Yes.
And how it changes us. So how, working with Hugh, how does that change you? Because actually he's a consummate performer and has a massive amount of experience. Were there moments on set where it just turned into magic?
You know, there's this moment in the movie where they're playing for the first time with each other. The characters are not only playing music, but they're falling in love with each other. And it's this beautiful Neil Diamond song called Play Me. And I remember watching it and seeing that Hugh had been taking guitar lessons for months. And he just started playing it, and he started singing it. And I didn't need to play any sort of like pre-recorded soundtrack or anything. He was just there in the moment. And then Kate brought over a keyboard and she began to play. And my cameramen started moving the dolly all by themselves without any sort of direction. And I remember just sitting there at the monitor and thinking to myself, like, oh, this is magic. Like, this is, I'm doing that thing that so many music producers have caught in a studio where, you know, Elvis hit the certain note, or, you know, Howlin' Wolf was just getting into the vibe of something. And I was like, oh, here it is, like in cinema, like they're singing, they're playing, and the camera is moving organically with it. And it was probably just one of the most magical moments in my career.
Because you got some standout performances, obviously, from Hugh and Kate, but the rest of your cast are fantastic. The two daughters, particularly, I found incredible. How much easier does that make your job when everybody seems to be gelling so well?
I am very proud that since Hustle and Flow, I've managed to break a few people. The fact that Taraji P. Henson is now a household name, the fact that Davine Joy Randolph, who won an Academy Award for Holdovers, she was in my movie Dolomite Is My Name. Well, I kind of like did the same thing on this one. I was like, we need two new actresses, and we got them in King Princess and Ella Anderson. These two daughters, the sister-in-laws, they're just incredible together, and people really are responding to them, especially young people.
It's a fantastic film, and thank you so much for speaking to us. It's been a
pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You Guys!